One of the best value for money knives out there is the Mora knife. Now I chose today to do the comparison of the Mora knife Companion Heavy Duty knife I have here with the knives I have on the table. I have my EDC knives on the left side. I have the knives that I like on the middle, and on the right hand side I have the knives I use for camping and bushcraft. Now the reason the Mora knife is considered to be one of the best value for money knives is the fact that it's a relatively cheap knife, and this knife cuts very well. The specific Companion Heavy Duty knife, it's not the cheapest of the line of the Mora knives. It's around 20 euros, $20. But I chose this one because it's a little bit bigger than the $10 Mora knives. But it cuts more or less the same than all of the Mora knives. So let's take a look at the specs. It's made out of carbon steel, which means that this will eventually rust if you don't take good care of it. It weighs 135 grams. The reason, as I said before, I picked this up is it has a 10 centimeter blade, and the overall length is 22.4 centimeters. So let's unbox this thing, and let's continue the comparison with the knife. I have unboxed the knife. I mean, it is razor sharp. It has a good grip. I would prefer if it would have a bigger finger guard like the 10 euro models, the Pro C and the Pro S, I think, Mora knives. It's good on my hand. It has this plastic sheath, and it has a hole on here on the bottom for the water to drain out, because this is a bushcraft knife, but as I said before, it's made out of carbon steel, so this means that you may use it outside, but if you don't take good care of it, it will probably rust. So let's do the paper test. I have the small paper here. Okay, it cuts quite well, I would say. Now, this is, as we said before, it's a bushcraft knife. It looks like a kitchen knife, to be honest. Of course, it has this olive green coloring, and it feels a bit sticky. Maybe it's because of the humidity here. This knife cuts very good. It's very sharp, I would tell you. I will not push my fingers too much here. And the thing is that it also maintains the sharpness better than most of these ordinary knives here, probably except the Opinel knife. Now, it's because of its size, you cannot say that it's an EDC knife like the Swiss Army knife. You can see this is not the smallest Swiss Army knife, but it's relatively bigger. Even if the Tramontina knife that I use as the largest EDC knife that I could possibly take out, it's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger knife. And to be honest, my favorite EDC knife is this thing here, the Urban Pal. I reviewed it in another video because it's very small, it's concealable, and the thing is that it can also be used as a very efficient weapon. God forbid, haven't used it, but it's concealable, it's small, you can hide it, and it can also cut like an ordinary small knife like these. These middle ones here are knives that I bought because I like the looks of them. Apart from the Opinel knife, which I think it's a good EDC knife, this is a bit big for an EDC knife also. However, it's a knife that I would probably use it for EDC. Those other two, probably never use them for EDC. This is, I think, a very cool knife from cold steel. But it looks very intimidating. It has a good edge, not as sharp as this Mora knife here, but it's called the Double Agent, yes, number 2, and it's a good knife, but probably not for EDC. So the main reason I bought this knife is as a bushcraft knife. To be honest, the knife I use for when I go camping and doing things with woods is not exactly a knife. It's a machete, a cookery knife, to be more specific. This is the Kukri Magnum Steel Machete. The problem with this knife is that it's very big and it's very heavy. When you go camping with your car and you have your car nearby, it's okay to put this thing in and take it for some kind of wood cutting that you would like to do. But if you're going hiking and you have to carry this thing around, let's take in mind that you also have to carry your provisions with food and water and perhaps a tent, so every ounce, every gram or every kilogram counts. When I go out camping and I'm not using my car, I have to do a lot of walking. The knife I took out as for a bushcraft knife was this Credo knife, which is let's say handmade. It's a knife that was a gift, but the problem with this is, first, it was a gift, I don't want to ruin it, and secondly, I don't like the finger guard here, and the finish on this knife, it doesn't give me that much confidence, to say the least. The thing is also that it's a full tang knife, which is good, but I don't know, something didn't add up to this knife. So eventually I bought another large looking knife, this Glock knife, which I also think that it could be in this category, the cool looking knives here. And let's open this thing up. I haven't used it for camping yet. The thing with this knife is that it has a good edge, but not as sharp as this Mora. It has the advantage of it, that the fact that it has serration in the back, so you can use it for sawing perhaps, but the other thing is that it's not very wide. Let's compare those two, and you can see it's not exactly a Bowie knife. However, it is larger than the Mora knife. The grip, I think both of them they have a good grip, and then probably I would probably test them both on a camping trip. But this knife weighs, it's a lot lighter than this one here. This is probably bigger, but this cuts better. So it's going to be a difficult choice between the two. They have both good grips. I don't know if you can see that this thing here has the Glock sign. That is supposed to be made, I think it's made by the same material that the Glock pistol handles are made of. So let's leave the Glock knife here, and let's check out this one here. So I think it's a very cool looking knife, and I don't know if you can light a fire with a striker here on the back. I've seen in other videos that's not a very good idea, but it has a good look to it. It's not very intimidating, although it has a military style looking sheath. This knife here, well, it looks like a bayonet, and probably not very friendly looking, if you know what I mean. But when you're going out camping, you can justify the fact that you're carrying a big knife with you. But the thing is, with weight and with cutting power, and from what I've seen, what I've read, I think the Mora knife is probably the best solution if you're going on a camping trip and you want to go light. So, in general, this was my review. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.